Hi.
Melanie and Christina. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm really, really good. Such a pleasure to talk to you both. I reckon Yellowjackets might have the greatest soundtrack for any TV show I've ever heard.
Aw.
Every song that comes on, I'm finding myself immediately singing along with every lyric. So out of curiosity, on a karaoke night for you both, what is your go-to song of choice?
Oftentimes I will do Forgot About Dre, Eminem and Dr. Dre, or I do A$AP Rocky's Problems.
I don't know that song.
It's a good one. It's pretty
It's a good
amazing.
one.
Or if anyone wants to sing Taylor Swift with me, I like to do a duet of Dear John.
Nice.
Wow.
I usually do Rainy Days and Mondays, the Carpenter song. Or if they don't have that one, another Carpenter song. Generally.
I love that. What do you do?
That's true. Like, I do Under the Bridge.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's fun.
Yeah, because I feel if I can get a song that gets the whole crowd singing along with me, that's half my job done.
Yeah, so
Like,
smart.
that's the heavy work's done. Between the end of season 1 and the launch of season 2, was there any particular unanswered question or mystery that your friends or family or fans even were pestering for answers for? Now, and obviously you would never give spoilers out, but was there any one mystery in particular for you both that everyone was like, what's going on with? Like,
My son watched the show. I watched it next to him, fast forwarding any really bad, inappropriate parts for children, I promise. But ever since then, he has been just full of questions. He wants to know where Javi is. It's all, it's just like, where do you think Javi is? Is Javi alive? Like nonstop Javi questions. And some other questions as well. I can't remember specifically. He's just got a lot of like detailed questions that he wanted to know. So I had to say to him all the time, I don't know, honey. I'm not one of the writers. I don't know. Go ask that person over there. That's one of the writers.
Go bother them.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I couldn't believe that people were still talking about Adam. Who's Adam? Who is he really? It's like, he's just a dude. He's just a guy. I don't know. For me, I was ready to stop talking about Adam on my group chats and.
one of the topics that like is really interesting to me as a fan of this kind of genre is that it's kind of layering the idea of trauma with what could be something supernatural, or because of the level of trauma, the mind is processing it as being supernatural. And I'm loving that the show hasn't really shown its hand either way as to whether it is or is not the trauma just specifically answering, or whether it is actually got a big supernatural element. When you're discussing this with the writers and directors and the rest of the cast, is that kind of a big topic, the idea of how trauma can kind of influence the idea of something beyond within the show?
I think we always have to, especially in season 2, we really all had to consider how much our characters believed certain things and how much they didn't. How much did we consider the supernatural aspect to be real, or how much had our characters sort of realized, how much did our characters think that it was a result of the trauma, and is that actually the answer on the show? Like, I think that for us, well, for me certainly, all of those questions that the audience has, I also have when I'm in executing this show. So it's always kind of a balance of all those things, and that is, I'm glad you point that out, because that is actually really interesting and fun, and something I do love about the show.
Me too. Same thing.
For yourselves, how far in advance or how much in advance are you kind of made aware of? Like, are you given the full script for everyone for the full season? Like, do you know how much everyone else, or like when you're watching, you're shaking your heads now, and I'm already excited for this answer, but when you're watching the show, I was aware, I was like, there must be so much they don't even really know because it's filmed so separately. So, like, is there so much of this is left up in the air for both of you as well?
Well, we get the whole script per episode, so we get to read all the story. But, you get it quite soon before you have to shoot it. So it's not like you get the whole season to sort of pore over and make decisions about where you're going to land in particular places. It feels quite immediate. You get the script and you're starting to work on it. For me, it kind of works because I'm playing somebody who is not processing things. And when she is, it's happening and kind of stops and starts, and pieces of memory are returning and being suppressed. So I don't really mind doing it this way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. Like, my character does not feel ashamed of what happened in the woods. She's not fearful of people finding out. Sometimes there are some questions that would be good to have answered in terms of what the history of certain relationships are. But again, my character is so sort of different in her method of dealing with people that some histories are important, but not that many. You know, I mean, Misty could be rude to someone, and it's just because she didn't like the face that they're making at that time. It has nothing to do with history. So, you know, so it works. But sometimes, if it was a different character, it'd be a lot more difficult, I think.
So I've watched the first 2 episodes so far. I'm psyched to see what's happening next. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Do not cry about this, Misty. Babies cry.
Kidnapping, cults, death. Your friendships are a little more complicated than most.